Do men ever approach you and say, hey, how's it going?
I actually went on a date with someone who approached me one time. He was just riding on a bike, actually, like up here, and I was just walking. And then he was like looking back, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna come up to me. I was like, he's kind of cute. He's gonna go up to me. And then he came up to me. If you approach someone in the right way, it can be quite charming.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes I'm like in the mood for just like a 2-minute chat or like even a 1-minute chat.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just straight up say like, I'm not in the mental state to be having this conversation right now, and I'm gonna go that way.
Fellas, she by herself.
And she really is fine.
Hold on, but here's the thing. All the fellas here, they with a girl. I don't know why single niggas don't come here.
Are there no single men in this room? Maybe you're here with your sister?
Single fellas, raise your hands.
Make some noise. Make some noise.
Hey, single men, stand up.
Single men, make some noise.
Single men, stand up.
He got 2 hands up.
Hey,
all 2 of y'all.
Somebody was here with their sister.
Hey, Dimitri.
Oh, we see some in the back.
Oh, shit, I can raise my hand.
We see him in the back.
Raise my hand. Hey, Dimitri. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Here's the thing. When men feel pressure, they say that their feet do the voting. When the Great Depression happened and it was hard to find jobs and it was hard to run a household, it wasn't women that left, it was men, which is why when the civil rights era started happening, we started talking about women and children and creating safety nets for women and children and saying that the man couldn't be in the home. That's where it stemmed from. So I know we don't like to talk about the Great Depression part. We just like to blame women by saying that, well, you kept the men out of the home, that you guys can get support and Section 8 and all these things. But it was designed because the government couldn't bank on men to stay in their place. There's a biological response that men experience when they're under pressure that causes them to leave, whether it's physically or mentally check out. A lot of the things that are happening that women are seeing, right, is that women are basically saying, I'm gonna leave you before you leave me.
You know, a lot of modern women don't really do anything. So that's why modern men stopped initiating. And you're mad at the man because he stopped initiating, but he was really acting like a bum. I mean, honestly and true.
It's easy for a woman to say, I'm a strong woman. It's hard for a woman to say, I'm a woman of strength. That requires maturity, discipline, aptitude, understanding, and it's longevity in a relationship. If you say you're a woman of strength, you will allow yourself to fall into the gender role of a woman, which is a feminine woman, which equals your gender responsibilities in the relationship. The man's responsibilities in the relationship is to go out, slay the dragon, provide, bring income in, support the family, protect the family, do the manly jobs of the house. When a woman says, I want to be the man in the relationship, what she's saying is she does not align with the gender roles. And then I get the response is, well, I'm a modern day woman. Modern day women are single. And they're single for a reason. They're single because they tried to step outside of their gender role.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You know what people don't tell you about good men?
Yeah.
The thing about good men that a lot of women don't realize is that they tend to overthink. And that's usually misunderstood as insecurity, when in reality it comes from how deeply they care. Someone who overthinks is usually someone who overloves, someone who replays conversations in their head, wonders if they said the wrong thing, worries about how you're feeling, not because they're weak, but because your emotions actually matter to them. And that's exactly why playing games with a man like this is the fastest way to lose him. When you go silent, send mixed signals, or test him emotionally, it doesn't make him chase harder or value you more. It just creates confusion in his mind. And once a good man starts feeling unsure of where he stands with you, he doesn't fight for chaos. He doesn't argue or beg for clarity. He slowly pulls back to protect his peace. And by the time you realize what you lost, he's already gone.
You know, a lot of modern women don't really do anything. So that's why modern men stopped initiating. And you're mad at the man because he stopped initiating, but he was really acting like a bum. I mean, honestly and true.
Please.
14 men, 4 women.
To this day?
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, I think once you know how to make you come,
You're safer than rap.
okay. Thank you.
Holy shit. You wifey material.
I think I need a little more experience.
Jack, man, Carlos, you don't see what I see?
Nobody believes me.
I believe you.
Yeah, because I keep a list.
No, I definitely believe you.
Because, you know, you have to have IDs and stuff. So, like, the list started after, like, the 6th non-porn person. So it's all, like, porn people and the couple people that I was sleeping with on the side.
Carlos, I saw it first.
A lot of these modern women continuing to want a provider man and a generous man, but they don't have generous attitudes. They don't want to give to a man at all. Why? How is that going to make me want to be generous? How is that going to make me want to provide?
I was 100% sure that my husband and I, that we are done. This is done. Then when there was this other man, I fell for head over heels. I couldn't control my feelings. I felt like, okay, that's just life pointing me towards a new destiny. It's just an invitation from life to move on.
This is exactly why men are done with women that do not take accountability, because this is what it leads to. Down the road, she's going to use this excuse that she cannot control her feelings. I don't know who needs to hear this, but women, your feelings don't need to control you. You're supposed to be emotionally intelligent enough to be able to discern the difference between having a feeling and actually taking action on it. And this might sound harsh, but if you can't do that, you have no business being in a marriage.
Why don't men take women on dates anymore?
Honestly, they just embrace the culture now. It's just like having fun, you know. It's just, embracing the culture. TikTok, Instagram, social media just made it more normalized. Just go out and just around pretty much.
Okay. So you feel like that's what's holding the community back?
I mean, sure. I feel like everyone should make the most of their youth, essentially.
So do you feel like that's a part of being young, going around having fun like that?
I mean, if it makes you happy, sure. Right now, it's making me happy. So sure.
Going outside making you happy?
Yeah. I mean, we out here. Are you not happy?
I mean, I'm happy regardless.
Yeah, I'm happy.
You happy?
Yeah, we chilling, so.
I like that. What about you? What do you think?
I think if you ask a girl out, you should be paying for it. Right? What, like, if you're like initiating it, like, hey, let's go out, like, why shouldn't you pay?
You know, modern women continue to talk about, why don't men chase? Where are the men who court? Where are the men who pursue? I'll be standing right behind you. I'll be standing right on side you. I'll be standing right in front of you. But you too busy looking at Chad to ever see where I am.
We stop taking what the opposite does personal. The biggest benefit is what we stop taking personal. And the hurt and the anger that follows the hurt and the discouragement that follows and the powerlessness and the despair and everything that follows from, you only could have done that if you didn't love me, or I would never do that to somebody I cared about, so you must care about me. Can I give you a specific example? Sure. So a man is talking. He's talking to someone who's important to him, and he's talking about something that's important to him. Now, let's say the water starts boiling for the tea goes, and she walks away and addresses the teapot. Or a child comes up. Mommy, yes, but I'm talking, right? And how it occurs, it took me a long time to learn this, how it occurs to most men is that she chose that by her action, she was saying the teapot was more important than me. The child is more important than me. The phone ringing is more important than me. The texts are more important than me. Not knowing that how estrogen creates diffuse awareness. So we're not sorting by importance. We're sorting by loud. What's the most immediate, loudest thing? And so the teapot's more urgent than what you're saying, and the child's need is more urgent than what you're saying. But none of those are more important. But because you all, this thing called a priority, you prioritize, and you prioritize by importance and urgency. So assuming that women do that too, but not knowing that we live in a completely different environment than you do because of the effects of estrogen on the brain. Mm-hmm. And you might get a kick out of this, Andrew. They did a study where a bunch of men agreed to take very high doses of estrogen. I think it was by the third day of the study, they had all opted out. The men could not, the input, the lack of screening that comes with testosterone and single focus, that they're overwhelmed by what was coming. Get me off this. As a woman, that's normal until you get to about my age. Mm-hmm. Well, or a little younger. But when I started, all the hormones are winding down, which happens by about 35 years old. It's when it's significant change in you on that.
A lot of these modern women are treating men's loyalty, men's patience. A lot of men are long suffering, and modern women are treating it like I'm owed this. I'm entitled to this sort of thing. You don't respect the man, you don't appreciate him, and then you wonder why the man stops doing what he was doing. It's not rocket science.
We'll be at a function like this. I'm talking about overly loaded. Still won't walk up and talk to nobody. Like, what the f*** you giving me a tripod, y'all? Like, what the f*** you came here for? Just not to talk to nobody?
Yo, I keep seeing this all over TikTok, social media. Women are asking, why don't men approach anymore? You want to know why? Because a lot of us got trained not to. Simple as that. I mean, yeah, back in the day, men would walk up, shoot their shot, take a risk. Cool. But now you approach the wrong one at the wrong time. Now all of a sudden you weird, you creepy, you doing too much. I'm not talking about dudes being disrespectful. Nah, I'm talking about just saying, hey, how you doing? Now it's, I got a boyfriend. Why are you talking to me? You get posted online like you did something wrong. So after a while, dudes start thinking, why even risk it? Why even put yourself out there to be embarrassed or be labeled as something that you're not? Now, don't get it twisted. There is some weird dudes out there. I get why some women got that guard up, but not every man approaching you is on that type of time. So now we in this weird space where women are like, they want to be approached, and men are like, nah, I'm good. And then everybody's wondering, why don't nobody talk to each other anymore? I'm just saying, it goes both ways.
No, when modern women say, I want a man to commit, what that really means for a lot of these wrong-headed modern women is, well, you know, commitment could mean lawyers. It could mean custody disputes. It could mean child support payments. Men aren't stupid. I know what you're about to do. I know what you're up to.
So all I have to say is sometimes girls' nights will ruin your relationship. Honestly, a girls' night out is literally just never a girls' night out. It's never. Unfortunately, as much as we say it's a girls' night out, it's going to end up in some chaos. Don't let your girls go out.
Why is it a problem if your girlfriend has girls' night outs at clubs, bars, or parties? Well, because those places are not neutral. They're built around attention, flirting, alcohol, and social pressure. And once you accept that, the real conversation becomes about mindset and respect. First reason, mindset matters. Most girls know exactly what comes with that party environment. Single friends push you not to be boring and to have just one drink with them. Men try to talk to you, give you validation, attention, and compliments. Loose environment constantly tests your boundaries and decision making. So when a woman in a serious relationship, out of all possible ways to spend a free evening, chooses a club, bar, or a party without her men, but with her girlfriends, that choice matters. If she truly just wanted to see her girlfriends, she could have just invited them over, go for a coffee, or have a brunch. So does her choosing to go to a party with them and without you say anything about her mindset, values, and morals? I think it does. Second reason, respect and empathy. This follows directly from the mindset point. If she understands what these nights usually involve, and she also knows it makes you uncomfortable, yet she still does it and expects you to simply accept it, that shows a lack of care. A relationship is not, I do whatever I want and you deal with it. Otherwise you are insecure, with lack of confidence. A relationship is, you are my partner, a person I chose to be with. So I consider how my choices affect you, how they make you feel. Respect and empathy are paramount. And once again, this works both ways. A man should also have this mentality towards his girlfriend. At the end of the day, if your girlfriend does the girls' nights out, this reflects her mindset and the amount of respect and empathy she has towards you.
These modern women want men to perform this sort of traditional role as sort of like a party trick. You don't really want the actual traditional. You just want the face of it. And the man needs to act how you want him to act behind closed doors. But in public, do all of the things to let them know that I picked a good one and I'm just the greatest.
I see a lot of women forgot that whatever you're not fulfilling, another woman is willing. You will lose your man if you don't know how to cater to him, and he ain't got to cheat. He's going to leave.
You know, a lot of men are not approaching because they learn their lesson, right? Try being a gentleman, learn my lesson. Try being, the good guy, the stable guy. I learned my lesson. Try to be assertive. Try to be vulnerable. I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson. In all of these situations, modern women are continuing to ruin the dating market with their
feminism? Oh, the movement that pushes women into hookup culture, puts them on birth control, makes them work for their 20s and 30s for a boss that doesn't care about them? No, thank you.
I just died of your arms tonight.
A man can open doors, he can buy you flowers, the whole 9 yards, right? But then he gets told in a lot of these situations that this type of behavior doesn't really impress anybody anymore. And he's kind of like, I thought that's what you said you liked. Yeah, but that's the bare minimum. Okay, so you're not going to say thank you? I gotta go. Peace.
I just saw a video of someone equating the male loneliness epidemic to Southerners complaining about losing slavery. And just like that, hope is restored back to the world.
When I'm dating someone, what gives me the ick is when a guy doesn't do traditional gentleman stuff, like open the door for me or pay for the first meal and stuff like that. I'm kind of into all that stuff, so I feel like it's more of a respect thing, if you just kind of start with being a gentleman.
Once again, I have no one to pick me up from the airport because I'm an independent queen and I take myself home. But do you know how nice it is to have someone pick you up from the airport? That only ever happens in Jamaica. It never happens anywhere else in the world. It never happens when I come back home. It doesn't matter. No. It's so annoying. But you know what? I'm an independent girl. It's fine. But I'm just a girl. I want someone to pick me up from the airport.
This might be my wokest take, but I think that men invented body count to purposefully suppress women because they were so jealous that women can basically sleep with whoever they want. And to them, being able to sleep with somebody is one of the biggest advantages, privileges, and pleasures in life. And they didn't want women to be the ones who get to enjoy that privilege because they know how easy men are. So then they created this narrative under the guise of morality and self-respect so that women would not have the opportunity to live men's personal dreams.
I did the no contact journal. I did all that. Where you just everything you want to say to him, you don't say, you write it down. Seriously? So I reread that recently and I saw my stages of grief and it was insane. Really? Yes. Okay, so why did you do that? Because before would you just be begging for them back or something or what? Typically, or I'd show up at their house. Oh yeah, girl. Yeah. We've all done that. Hello. Why don't you want me? Hello. It's me. You want to block me? I'll show up.
guys, what is the cost benefit analysis of you being on a dating app? Girls go on the dating app, and what do you get? Like a message here, a message there. You're feeling good about yourself. You got 5 that day or something. Look at what's going on with these women, right? Guys are flooding them left. And this is not the only video like this. You can look up, and I saw like multiple, and they posted, right? Because they're cocky. They're like, oh, look at me. Look at my Saturday night. I feel so confident and sexy. So much so that I can go to the bar and treat the guy who actually approaches me like that's what's happening.
Gentlemen, do not stop yourself from being a chivalrous man because you're afraid that you're going to scare her away. Any woman that does not want to entertain you because you're treating her way too well, trust me, you do not want her around. The woman is probably not grown up mentally, or she's been through trauma after trauma, and she's going to jeopardize her next relationship anyways because she needs to heal and develop. And so you want to attract a good woman, and good women, they indeed love a chivalrous man. Being chivalrous is very sexy. In fact, it's the bare minimum. It doesn't take much effort for you to open up the door. You just have to be attentive and know which door she's going to walk through. Like, come on, guys.
You gotta learn how to cut people off when necessary. That means you gotta gain a little bit of self-respect. People don't answer you for days. People have a question, you're done. Cut it off. That's it. No more. Investing no more emotionally or anything else into this thing. They cancel a date and don't want to reschedule one, cut it off. It's over. You gotta have a little bit more class, self-respect for yourself, as opposed to you coming out here putting all this emotional weight into what they do and what they don't do and why. Motherfucker, I already told you right there. This is honest reciprocation is needed. And if you ain't getting that, it's time to see ya. And not in even a negative way. Just to need to move forward. Okay, it is what it is. It's called it is what it is. Ta-ta.
Men are tired of getting rejected for the dumbest reasons, right? Right? You meet a girl and you go out. Everything's going great. You got a job, right? You're a nice guy, just objectively a good human. Right? You got a pretty good car. You live in your own apartment, no roommates, right? And you happen to show up on the date wearing brown shoes. And she's, everything's great, but she can't date a guy who wears like brown shoes, right? I mean, this is happening, right? There are guys that are checking box after box after box and getting rejected for the stupidest, dumbest things, and they're so tired of the game.
Depending on where she meets you, that's how she's going to treat you. Write it down. Depending on where she meets you, that's how she's going to treat you. You meet her on Facebook, she's going to treat you like the Facebook version of herself. You meet her on Instagram, she's going to treat you like the Instagram version of herself. You meet her on Bumble, she's going to treat you like the Bumble. You meet her at the job, that's her job version. You meet her at a family event, that's her family event. You meet her at church, that's her church version. You meet her on the sugar daddy site, that's her sugar daddy version of herself. They're not the same. They're all different women. You meet her at a strip club, that's the strip club version of herself. You meet her at the bar, nightclub, that's the nightclub version of herself.
Where are all the cute single men in Chicago? Because every time I find a cute guy, he's either married or has a girlfriend or something, right? He's not ready for a relationship. And it's just like, where are all these guys that are ready for relationships, I am looking for candidates for my speed dating event, and I really want to host 2 of them this upcoming month in July. So hopefully I'm able to do that. But I need more men who are single, who are ready for relationships, who are legit, who are intentional about actually being in a relationship. And yeah, so if you know of one, or if you are one, please click that link in my bio. I have a general interest form where you can fill it out, and I'll add you to my list for speed daters. And if you know of someone, feel free to tag them in this video right here in the comments, or pass them along my way. That would be amazing. And I hope to see you at a future speed dating event if you're a woman or a man, but preferably we need a lot of men too. And yeah, that's it pretty much.
Twist, people that have affairs actually rate their current relationship as emotionally and satisfactory, and no, they do not regret the affairs when they are having them. For the people on this app who have tried to make response videos to my last video on cheating, saying that that's just not true, that people actually do have remorse as they're having the affair, first, that makes no sense in terms of how the human conscience works, but this data just does not support it. A longitudinal study of Ashley Madison users, the cross-sectional results showed us that both emotional satisfaction, satisfaction of their current relationship, the non-affair relationship, was high, while their remorse during the affair was low. So what cheaters tell me in my practice about not feeling bad about cheating while they're doing it and only feeling bad after they get caught is actually true. So if you want to protect yourself from cheating, I would definitely get on the Verified app, which is the first relationship registry that's going to make cheating impossible.
I see so many people saying, oh, what's the problem for women approaching men first? If she likes him, she should go for it. There's so many problems with this, and let me tell you why. First off, if a woman is approaching a man first, automatically he's going to see himself as the prize, and that's not the case. In every scenario, the woman is the prize, and the man should chase the woman because she's the prize. Second of all, he's automatically going to see himself as higher because he was the one that was approached, and he's going to use that to his advantage. And almost every single time, once y'all get into an argument, he's going to bring up, well, I never wanted you in the first place. You're the one that came to me. And if a man is getting approached first, most likely he's not going to say no because he didn't have to do any work to get that woman because she's coming to him. So I always advise against approaching first. And if you do like someone, there's little subtle signs that you can give to show that person, hey, I like you, but like, can you come approach me? But as a woman, you should never approach first.
There's no way that a woman liking a man more, it would work out. It has to be the other way around or it doesn't work.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Your reason was, well, if the man doesn't like the woman more, then it's a high probability that he's going to break up with her. That's your reason into why the man will have to like her more.
Yes.
Statistically speaking, women initiate most breakups. Show of hands. If you ever been broken up with, raise your hand. Look at that. 2 women out of 7. Now, out of these 2 women, how many guys have you broken up with?
I'd probably say, 2 before that?
How many guys have broken up with you?
1.
See, you even broke up with more guys than guys broke up with you. Make sense? So it's like, if you look at it statistically, girls are the ones that actually leave relationships. Men, we don't rarely leave. Now, if the guy is just smashing cheeks, well, yeah, he's not taking you serious. That's what I'm saying. Like, women conflate attraction with relationship attraction. If you actually have a true relationship, 9 out of 10 times, she's not leaving.
And she was respecting her man, being loyal, doing all the things, and she still got cheated on. Who else is Clay getting with that's better than Megan? Who? Who is he going to be able to pull that's better than Megan? It won't be. Worse, it's going to be a basic white girl. Worst of the worst case, right?
To all the women who are boycotting relationships right now because of Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion, the men didn't want you anyway because you're a bird brain, right? Because you're basing your reality off of somebody else's life that you don't know. Okay, let's start there. But also, who is he gonna find that's better than Megan Thee Stallion? Define better. Somebody in the comments, please, right now, define better. What makes Meg Thee Stallion better than any woman? Quickly, because it's not the money, because Klay Thompson already has money, and men don't care about that. It's not the status, because Klay Thompson already has status, and men don't care about that. Y'all keep saying all these things that men don't care about, and you're flexing it like, oh, well, Megan is just the best of the best. In what category? WAP? Because the WAP didn't keep him, so what are we talking about? Y'all are just yapping. You're not saying anything.
You never want to be wifey material. If a man ever calls you wifey material, run.
He's
run. He
you.
thinks you're dumb.
Yep.
He thinks you're dumb.
In case you didn't know that, ladies, that is not a flex. He's like, I can pull the wool over her eyes. She's a dumb. That's literally what they're not going to say that to you, but that's what they're thinking. And that's why they will marry you because they're like, I want a dummy. So that's why I'm going to go get one. And I'm talking about these particular men who think this way. Men obviously don't think their wives are dummies. But these red pill men
and they'll be the ones that call you wifey material because that's like your role. Like they think that should be like your role in life.
What you're supposed to do.
And they think it's a compliment. And it's like, no, like that means they haven't listened to a single thing you've said about yourself. That means they don't give a about your ambitions, your goals, your hopes and dreams.
They don't care
exactly. And that's why they say that. No, because they really do mean it. And like at this point, they're kind of starting to just say the quiet part out loud for sure.
You'll find that decent, like good quality men. I don't know if I've ever heard them say, you wifey material. Like I don't even know if they've ever even said that. Like what?
Why don't men take women on dates anymore?
I think that everybody kind of has a different definition of what a date is, and nobody's on the same page, so that kind of makes it hard, right? A man might think, hey, I'm going to take you on a date, and maybe it means let's meet up, let's go on a walk, let's hang out, something low-key, and then somebody else might think, oh, a date's actually if I get dressed up and go out for dinner and stuff like that. So I think somebody might think you're on a date, and then the other person is like, this is not a date, you know?
Okay. So should a date involve money?
I think a lot of fun stuff costs money, unfortunately, and sometimes it's hard to do something fun if you're not super creative, you know? I don't think that a date should have to cost money, but then you got to put a little bit more like intellectual work into it, and that's kind of hard for some people, you know?
And have you been on a date as of lately?
Recently, I'm about to go on a date on Sunday, so I'm going to go to the Natural History Museum because I'm a nerd. They got a lot of big rocks on display, and I'm really excited to see those. So.
Don't you love rocks?
I love a good rock.
Welcome to another episode of Things That If a Man Would Say, He'd Be Labeled a Sexist, a Misogynist, Insecure, or Controlling. But me, as a woman, I'm going to say it for you. These old dating apps didn't give women more options and gave women the delusion that a better man is just one more swipe away. I don't know, is it like swipe like this? You can go up like that? I don't know. So I don't really think that these women have commitment issues. I think it's more of like an option addiction. Oh, and the lovely Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook page. Y'all have heard me talk about this before, but we are building a society on crowdsourcing red flags instead of building discernment. Social media turned femininity into aesthetics instead of character. Where's the authenticity? All the modern day women now, they look the same, they talk the same, they dress the same, they act the same. Now this is coming from a divorced woman. There should be less incentives for a woman to file for divorce. Women want equality until it's asking them to do the same dirty jobs, the same hard, demanding jobs that men do. A lot of you actually don't have high standards. You have high expectations and low character. If body count didn't matter, then why do all these women lie about it? And as always, your past does not make you unlovable, but it's sure going to make you accountable. On that note, y'all have a great day, even to the women that I upset on the internet.
I had a broad one time, we was out to eat. And she was like, yo, can my friend come? I'm like, sure, it don't matter, we chilling. She was like, if you pay for it, you know, I'm gonna pay you back for her food. Cause broad already know me. Yeah. She know it's gonna be. Now I'll do it. I ain't say, yeah, like we out at the same time sometimes you're like, man, if I ain't hitting that, man, I ain't paying for food. But you know, if I'm out and with you and your friend come, all right, whatever, I'll pay for the meal. Mm-hmm. But she already initiated like, oh, hey, my friend gonna come, we gonna order this, I'm gonna make sure I save the money, right? You know, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. I ain't tripping on it. Yeah. But the test was, is she gonna make sure that she tell me about it? Mm-hmm. She never did. Wow. And so I knew to put her in that category. I tell people all the time, the test ain't to get mad at the broad. The test is to find out who she is. That's your character. Ain't no way if I'm out with you and I say something, I'ma do it. Yeah. I owe you some money. You ain't gotta call me about it. I'ma call you. That's a character. Yeah. So all it does is put in my mind, this is broad's character. So when you tell me not only did she break it, she said she was gonna do something and she did it with a good attitude. Yeah, you're not gonna find that because most women are trying to get over. They're like, oh, is he gonna say something? Oh, he didn't say something. Cool. Yeah. You know, or she might not have said nothing. Anyway. So when you have a woman like that, understand the character of most women, and the fact that she did that is like, it's high level. That's what I'm hey man, listen, that's a keeper. That's one of the ones you have you should have a sit down conversation with. Like, listen, I see you all in. Yeah.
I'm feeling pissed the fifth time. I need to go find some ass to touch before I fucking kill somebody. Matter of fact, yeah. Let me pull over. Let me pull the fuck over because I don't even check myself to drive right now. That's how pissed the fuck I am. Are you serious? Why are you so in love with the bitch who don't want to do shit for me? Who I have to beg for an ounce of any fucking thing? Whole time, I have a man who literally wants to see me. We are about to go to a 5-star fucking dinner, and I don't even fucking like this man.
You know what I find interesting about this video? That young lady will probably grow up hating most men, simply because of the one situation she had with that guy. She will grow up and project her feelings that she had from that situation onto most men because she will not let go of it. And keep in mind, she had a choice. She chose to ignore the guy that wanted to treat her well, because she doesn't want him. He's probably not her type, which I understand. But instead of her cutting that guy off, she's leading him on the same way how the guy that she wants is leading her on. It's a vicious cycle. I say this to men all the time. Have respect for yourself. Ladies, the same goes for you. If you know that man is playing with your emotions and leading you on, because he is, and he's probably doing it because he's getting benefits from it, it's up to you to stop it.
I'm breaking up with the guy I'm dating because of what he did to me while I was on the toilet the other day, and I'm not joking.
Okay, I guess we're going hard today. Here's what happened. He said there's no toilet paper. She went to the bathroom anyway. Then she asked for toilet paper. He said no, and then she screamed for help to the whole neighborhood and was stricken with toilet paper. I was asked for my reflections on this matter. Who's in the wrong? It's this guy. I think most of us know that. Here's why. Everybody's life is going to have some good and some bad decisions, sometimes by accident and sometimes on purpose. These, of course, are always okay. These would be never okay. Sometimes people will do something wrong on purpose and try to convince you otherwise. But wrong accidents, I'm going to give this big yellow caution light. Let's call these good, bad, lucky, and dumb. Now, you should reward this behavior and resist this. Don't let people do things wrong on purpose. This depends on the situation. Like if you're a Bitcoin millionaire, don't put it all in Monero. But part of being in a relationship is supporting people when they make mistakes. Now, I'm sure this guy has a long life of being not listened to and then things going wrong and then he has to suffer for it. But this was probably an accident and not bad behavior. And even if it was, that's not the solution for it. Sometimes we get tired of repeating ourselves. Please do things the right way. But if not listening to you is a bad behavior, like she's doing it on purpose, then you have to get rid of her. And if it's an accident, then you have to help.
A lot of these modern women, even though they're saying they're not alone, even though they're saying they're not lonely, you actually are. How do we know? When you get tired of running from it, you'll tell us. You'll let us know online. Hey, I'm tired of doing this. Hey, I'm tired of living this life. Hey, I'm tired of being strong and independent. I'm tired of saying, well, I'm retiring that phrase. I don't know who made up that phrase. I don't know who said that. You said that. That's something that you adopted. So whenever modern women get tired of doing all of these boss babe things, guess where they end up? Guess where they end up? Right back in front of that screen asking for a man.